Bet anywhere with TVG.
One of the segments we've been doing here on Wednesday evenings, part of our race night coverage, is taking a look at two-year-old races just this coming week that could produce a couple of two-year-olds that we might want to follow later on this year and especially into the new year when these two-year-olds turn age 3. Here's a look at some of the maiden special weight races, stakes races, and allowance races that I'm going to look at this week. And we'll only look at 4 of these races in depth. And we'll start with an allowance on December 18th, and that is at the fairgrounds. And one of the horses that is going to be in that race is one of the horses that we talked about the first night we ever did this segment. And that is the 5 Dolphus. That is a 2-year-old son by Looking at Lucky out of the Roar mare Lotta Kim. And that makes him a half-brother to Rachel Alexandra. Here's a look at the career debut for Dolphus on November 22nd.
Here comes Double Dare. Double Dare start the war between horses. At the inside, Biblical Strength battles. Dolphus and for the inside, Roman's Chance. Deep in the final furlong, Dolphus is charging now. Double Dare between horses. Roman's Chance just made a split. It's Dolphus. Dolphus for Brian Hernandez Jr. And Dolphus got there with all of the money and potential on. Roman.
So he would grind out a victory by 3/4 of a length. The speed figure came back a 64. He stopped the clock in 1:12.1. Well, look, it was just his career debut. He obviously wants to go longer with the pedigree that he has. And this is only the 3rd foal to race out of that mare, Lotta Kim. So Dolphus actually only the first male that has actually made it to the races. He has the pedigree. He's going to get better. And now one thing with this particular race on December 18th and $50,000 optional claimer going a mile and 70 yards is just that. It's the distance. He's going to be going 2 turns in his second career start. So we'll look for Dolphus as we go forward. Once again, that is an optional claiming event. Race number 4 at the fairgrounds on the 18th. All right, that's in Louisiana. South Florida, Gulfstream Park, 9th race on the exact same day. The 18th is a $75,000 optional claimer for 2-year-olds going a 1-turn mile. And the horse we're going to focus in on is all the way towards the outside for Twin Creeks Racing and Todd Pletcher. A $400,000 Keeneland September purchase back in 2014. He's a son by Giants Causeway. We'll take a look at his backtrack. Only one race to take a look at on his form, and that was a maiden special weight at Belmont Park on October 11th.
Wide on the far turn, and Catamount trails the field. And now it is Sea Wizard who comes off the turn in front. Sea Wizard has taken the lead, trying to get away here. Majesto on the outside is second. Wheels up now, very wide on the turn is next. And then comes Destin, who's down toward the inside at the rail. Big Gillette is back running in 5th. It's Sea Wizard. Sea Wizard into the final 16th with Destin closing up the fence. Here comes Destin on the inside. Destin kicks it in and runs down Sea Wizard. Then Majesto and Wheels up now.
Really have to like the way that he was finding his best stride late. That debut was going 7 furlongs. He won by a length, stopped the clock in 1:23.2. He stalked down towards the inside. He had a wall of horses at the quarter pole. He was a little rough changing leads in mid-stretch at the 8th pole, but I like the way he stayed up the fence, ran by those horses late. And we're talking about the pedigree about Dolphus in the fairgrounds race. He's a well-bred horse as well, being by Giants Causeway out of the Siberian Summer Mare Dream of Summer. She was a Grade 1 winner. She won the Grade 1 Apple Blossom back in 2005. But as a brood mare, she has produced Creative Cause. He was a Grade 1 winner himself, winning the Grade 1 Norfolk at age 2. He was 5th in the Kentucky Derby. He was 3rd in the Preakness Stakes. So a lot of upside. And he's got the right guy in his barn there at Gulfstream Park in Todd Pletcher and Javier Castellano. That is Destin in Gulfstream Park, race number 9. On December 18th. All right, now the only race that is offering qualifying points towards the Kentucky Derby this weekend is the Grade 1 Los Alamitos Futurity. 10 points to the winner, 4 points to second, 2 to third, and 1 single point to the 4th place finisher. So 17 total points up for grabs, and there's a field of 7 horses. Bob Baffert has 2. He has Taves on Ice, who has won his last 3 starts, but he'll be routing for the first time. But I want to look at a backtrack for More Spirit. He was purchased for $650,000, and his stakes debut came in his most recent effort. That's the Grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club.
For the top of the stretch, More Spirit is in front. Gunrunner draws alongside, and Aero Force pops outside for the stretch drive 2. Heading for the final furlong of the Kentucky Jockey Club. Gunrunner set down. More Spirit is there. On the far outside, Aero Force keeps on coming, and Mo Tom is sneaking up the rail with a 16th to go. Aero Force strikes to lead 16th out. More Spirit fights on. Then it's Gunrunner. Then it's Mo Tom. Here's the wire. Aero Force won by a length and a half in the end. It's going to be tight for a second. More Spirit and More Tom.
He's only had 3 lifetime starts, and when he broke his maiden 2 starts back, that was his first attempt routing. Had an easy win by 4 lengths as your 1-2 favorite at Santa Anita. Last race in the Kentucky Jockey Club. First time shipping, was over a sloppy racetrack. I thought he finished a good second behind Aero Force for Mr. Oxley and Mark Cassie, who was his first start on the dirt. He was up on the pace throughout. I thought he ran well, certainly can improve as they go forward, as that's the Grade 1 Los Alamitos Futurity on the 19th. Last race we're going to take a look at is another stakes race, and we go back to Florida for this one, and we go to Tampa Bay Downs. That is the $100,000 inaugural stakes. 4 2-year-olds still sprinting on the main track. They'll be going 6 furlongs. Big field of 11, but is Shaq, the 3-horse. Pedro Cotto for trainer Efren Loza is the horse we're going to take a backtrack look at. This is a really impressive debut. 2-year-old son by Harlan's Holiday, going 5.5, is going to draw off and win by 10.
Drip to the center of the racetrack, have the lead and now going away. Shot the Sheriff is there toward the rail second. Here's a late run by Southern Quality on the outside third, but down to the wire. It's Ashak. Good to go. Very impressively in his debut, winning off by about 9 or 10. Southern Quality was second, finishing third was Tarpon, and a 3-horse photo for fourth.
Was your 4-5 favorite in a field of 11 for that career debut. Went 5.5 furlongs in 104-1, put up a Beyer speed figure of 86. He was up on the pace throughout in TC. The thing about that particular race, especially with the first-time starter, but a 2-year-old, drawing away and winning by 10 lengths. Now, I mentioned the pedigree. That horse that just won right there at Tampa Bay Downs, he's a son by Harlan's Holiday, out of a mare that is a full sister to Smarty Jones, your Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner back in 2004. So he won his debut going 5.5. Then he won his debut going 5.5. He'll be stretching out to 6 furlongs in the inaugural stakes. Maybe see a horse that stays on that particular circuit on the road to the Kentucky Derby with the inaugural stakes. You have the Pasco, then the Sam F. Davis, then possibly the Tampa Bay Derby. We'll see. And I think one of the reasons I did this segment was for a horse like that at Tampa Bay Downs, because good horses, they can show you that they can come from anywhere, and he drew off to win by an impressive win, 10 lengths at Tampa Bay in his debut.